With Comic-Con season now being over, we got some awesome Funko Pops from the big three cons with C2E2, San Diego Comic-Con, and New York Comic-Con, but which was the best? Ooh, what's up guys, I'm MD Shady, and today is another Which is Better video for the three big cons of the year with, like I said, C2E2, San Diego Comic-Con, and New York Comic-Con. So we're gonna go through each category. There's 7 different categories, and I'll talk about each of the pops from each con in those categories, and then essentially decide which one was better for each category, and then tally up everything at the end and find out what was the superior con for 2024. So let's get started. So jumping right into it, let's start off with the animation category, and we're gonna start off with some pops from C2E2. With the first pop, definitely a banger with Yajirobe from Dragon Ball Z. This is really cool. Great to see a new character for Dragon Ball Z and not just another Goku. Then we have Midoriya from Naruto, the Shanks Wanted poster, the Caesar Clown, that's really cool. Mirio Togata, that's awesome for My Hero Academia. And then we have Egghead Jr. for Looney Tunes, which is a pop that I have in my collection, so that's really awesome. Moving over to San Diego Comic-Con, we have the Voltron supersized pop. That's pretty sweet. Marvin the Martian, this is awesome. It's great to see a Marvin the Martian that is kind of just normal. It's the first one that we've seen like this. Elemental Hero Flamed Wingman, this is awesome for the Yu-Gi-Oh set. Gaara, Shinobu, Satoru Gojo, the Sugar from One Piece, that's a pretty sweet pop as well, and that is scented, so that is awesome. And then for New York Comic-Con, we got the Meryl Streep, this Bleach pop. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name, but that's a really awesome pop. The Witch from Looney Tunes, that's awesome as well. The Mystic Elf from Yu-Gi-Oh, a great pop, very, very good. The Spider Demon Father, that's a really intense pop too with a lot of awesome detail. The Share Bear's cool. Buggy the Clown's really awesome as well. Karazhan's cool from One Piece. Matatabi, the glow-in-the-dark pop, that's cool, supersized though. And then Dabura from Dragon Ball Z, really cool as well. So all three of these cons got some really awesome pops for animation. Some of my favorites are Yajirobe from Dragon Ball Z. Egghead Jr. is a standout one for me as well. The Marvin the Martian, the Flamed Wingman is awesome as well. I think I'm gonna give this point to New York Comic-Con. The Mystic Elf is awesome. Looney Tunes pops are great as well. There's just a lot of detail with some of these animation pops. And now we're moving on to Disney. So starting off with C2E2, we have the 2-pack of Woody and Buzz. This is great. I love this so much. It goes with that Rex pop very, very well. San Diego Comic-Con, 2 versions of Baymax with bandages on them, I suppose is what that is. The glitter version and the non-glitter version, that's an okay pop. The Beach Zero, I don't really love that, but there is a glow-in-the-dark version as well. Protozoa from Xenon, which is really cool as well. And then there's the Edna mode. This is pretty cool, but I don't think it was necessary. We've already seen Edna modes in the past. And then for New York Comic-Con, we have Mr. Toad, which is again the same thing. We've already seen Mr. Toads before, and this isn't even the best one in my opinion. I think this one is pretty easy for me though, because there's really only one pop in here that I really, really want, and that is for C2E2 with that 2-pack of Woody and Buzz Lightyear. This thing's just amazing, and it'll go very, very well with the Rex that I already have. The next category is games. So starting off with C2E2, we have the Cresselia. This is an okay pop. I like that we're kind of moving away from like different specifications for con Pokemon pops. It's a jumbo size pop though, so I don't think I'm really gonna add that to my collection. Arceus as well, and it's the same deal, and this is for San Diego Comic-Con, I should have mentioned. It's the same deal. It's an oversized pop, but I do think I like the Arceus a little bit better. And then we have Lord Soth from D&D, and I actually did buy this pop for one of my coworkers, so I do like it. It's very detailed. It looks great in person, and it's glow in the dark, so that's cool too. And then for New York Comic-Con, we have the Dialga. Same deal with the other 2 Pokemon pops. It's oversized, so I don't love it, but there's still 3 great pops. The Skeletor, the Dilophosaurus, the Chucky, and the Megan for Funko Fusion. These are pretty cool pops. I like the way that these look. Maybe it's a bias because I love the color purple, but they all kind of have that purple theme, and they look pretty dang cool. And then we have the Metal Knuckles, which is really awesome. I have seen this pop in person now at our local GameStop, and it looks pretty dang sweet. Something that I've kind of been debating on picking up. So I think this one is very, very easy. There's a ton of pops for New York Comic-Con, and they're all pretty dang sweet, so New York Comic-Con gets the point. The next category is Marvel and DC. Tend to like to swing more for Marvel. I'm not a huge fan of DC. With C2E2, we have Tony Stark / Iron Man, where he has like half the suit on. This is a really great pop, but it kind of feels like it's already been done before. Not exactly like this, but it's just a pop that I don't think is absolutely necessary for a collection. And then we have the Green Lantern for the Justice League. This pop is pretty basic. It's very green, and that kind of takes away from some of the details that you can kind of see on the pop, but not really when it's all one color. For San Diego Comic-Con, we have the Mr. Sinister. This pop's pretty sweet. I think this is my favorite version of Mr. Sinister. The Spider-Boy, this is pretty cool as well. I really like the shoes on this one. And then we have the Batman-Superman fusion. This is an interesting pop. I don't love it, but I can see why some people would. And then for New York Comic-Con, we have the Deadpool in the Zamboni. This pop is hilarious. I definitely really like that. The metallic Wolverine with the Deadpool bag. Personally, I like the bag more than I like the pop. And then we have the Batman Who Laughs, and we've already seen a Batman Who Laughs pop before, so this kind of feels like just a remake that isn't really necessary. So I think for the first time in this video, San Diego Comic-Con is going to get the point. I really like the Spider-Boy, and Mr. Sinister looks great as well, so yeah, I think they get the point for Marvel and DC. The next category we have is movies, and starting off with C2E2, we have the Poe eating the dumplings from Kung Fu Panda. This is a great pop. I'm glad that they've done more Kung Fu Panda pops. It's very cute, it looks cool, and it's one of the better ones for Kung Fu Panda. Then for San Diego Comic-Con, we have the Wicked Witch of the West with one of the flying monkeys. This is an amazing pop. I really enjoy how this looks. The Harry Potter, that's an okay pop. And then the Godzilla, that one looks really cool. I like the colorway of how the yellow really stands out on that dark green. And then we have the Darth Vader as well. This one's okay. I kind of like how this looks, but I would never really add this to my collection. And then for New York Comic-Con, we have Kylo Ren. This just feels like it's so unnecessary. There's been so many Kylo Ren pops that have been so good, like the Lights and Sounds Kylo Ren, which I do have in my collection. That one is great. This just feels like one that we've already seen before. There's not much that's different about this that makes me want to go out and buy this pop. And then we have the Coraline with the, I forget exactly what it's called, like the weather stick or something like that. This is an okay pop, but again, it feels like there's been Coraline pops that were better than that one. So looking back on it, I think San Diego Comic-Con is gonna get the point. Again, the Poe's really cool for C2E2, but I really like that Wicked Witch of the West. I really enjoy all of the Wizard of Oz pops, so just because of that, and also that Godzilla looks pretty cool, I think they're gonna get the point. The next category is TV. C2E2, there's only one pop, but it is an absolute banger with Poochie from The Simpsons. This pop is amazing. I don't know how I don't have it in my collection yet because it's just such a great one, and I have a huge Simpsons collection clearly, so definitely one that I need to add. Then San Diego Comic-Con, we have the Wednesday Moments. This is pretty cool. I like how this looks. I think they did a good job with it. Elmo with Rocco, that's a great pop. I did just recently add that to my collection, and I believe it's actually somewhere right in front of me. Yeah, it's right here. I have this pop, so obviously I do really enjoy it. As well as the Vaporizing 001. This is a great pop as well. The Papa Smurf. This is a really awesome pop. It's so weird to see Smurfs pops out of nowhere, but really cool. I enjoy that a lot. The Snoopy is great with the bird. That's awesome as well. Some Star Wars pops. I don't really like the Diamond Collection. I don't think that this is necessary. And then for New York Comic-Con, we have Dream from the Sandman. This is a really interesting looking pop. I know nothing about this show. Lucifer, this is a great pop. I really enjoy the Lucifer. It looks just like him, and just kind of a surprise for everyone to see this pop. The two pops for Wednesday. These pops are decent, but why is this not a 2-pack? This feels like it needs to be a 2-pack, and it just isn't, and that's very weird. And then we have the April Ludgate from Parks and Rec. This pop's pretty cool. It's awesome to see some Parks and Rec pops. I don't know. This is a tough one for me. Of course, I do have the Elmo. I have the Vaporizing 001. But honestly, I think that my favorite in this category is the Poochie from The Simpsons. So I'm gonna give C2E2 the edge with this one, but it's so close. It's mostly just because I don't love the 001 pop. I was debating on passing on it, but I did find a good deal on one, so I ended up grabbing it anyways. But Poochie is the best pop out of this, in my opinion, so C2E2 is getting the point. And now the final category with miscellaneous. C2E2, we have the Flight Attendant Freddy. This is really cool, or not Flight Attendant, I guess he's the pilot, as well as the Proto. They go hand in hand, and then the Flight Attendant. Franny is really awesome. These pops were really cool. It's awesome to see some Franny pops as well as Proto. Of course, we see a ton of Freddys, but seeing those two and they kind of all go together in this awesome set with one theme is really awesome. Then San Diego Comic-Con, we have the Mayor Freddy, we have the Proto. I laugh every time I see this one. The Proto as like the chef where he's holding the pizza, that is hilarious with that mustache, as well as the Franny as the waitress on the rollerblades. That's a great pop as well. Dig'em Frog, this is so terrible. I already have a Dig'em Frog somewhere in my collection here. Yeah, he's right behind my head, right here. And that's a great one with the huge spoon. Why do you have to make a new one where his mouth's not open? It doesn't look as good at all. And then we have the Kermit the Frog with the mug, and I also have that pop. It is a really good one. New York Comic Con, we have the Jolly Jacko, which is a decent looking pop. It's very interesting to see where Funko's gonna go with these pops for V-Friends. The Britney Spears, that's okay. Headless Freddy is awesome. I love everything about this pop. It looks really, really cool. I love the different usage of the color blue to kind of make it seem like a ghost is really awesome as well. Animal from Muppets is an awesome pop. I do have it somewhere around here as well. Yeah, it's right here. This is an amazing pop. But there's also the 1500 piece flocked version, which I think I need for my collection. I really, really like that pop. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one. I hate the Diggum Frog. I hate it, and it really makes San Diego Comic-Con kind of lose the edge, because I do like the other pops for this miscellaneous category with Mayor Freddy as well as the like Pizza Chef Proto. I think that one is so funny. The Kermit is great as well. It's awesome to see that version of Kermit with the mug. Let's look back at C2E2 again. We got those pilots and the flight attendant. Those are decent as well. I think I'm gonna go with New York Comic Con for the miscellaneous because that animal pop is just so dang sweet. It's really two of the same pop with the common and the flocked one that I absolutely need for my collection. So that's why they're gonna get the edge for miscellaneous. So if you haven't been keeping track throughout the video, let's go back and add up the points. So for animation, we gave New York Comic Con the edge. Then for Disney, we gave C2E2 the point. For the games lineup, we gave New York Comic Con the edge as well. Marvel and DC, we gave San Diego Comic Con their first point. And then again for the movies category, San Diego Comic Con won that point. For the TV section, C2E2 actually made a comeback and tied everything up, but ultimately at the end with the miscellaneous section, New York Comic Con is the winner for this, which is better. So I guess New York Comic Con was technically, in my opinion, the best con. But anyways, guys, that's all the time I have for today's video. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash the like button. Leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know, what do you think the best con was this year, and what was your favorite con pop of the year entirely? And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. But I'm out of here. Peace in, peace out.